across all the social media platforms. So 2019, we've been talking about service delivery from last year to this year, and we are asking what different will be done this year. And so this week, of course, starting from yesterday on Sunday, there's this what we call a Parliament Week 2019. Of course, this is something that we've been following through, but many of you don't know what it's all about, and that's what we're going to be having a discussion upon this morning on a Kickstarter segment. So to talk about that is Madam Helen Kawesa. She is the Assistant Director, Communications and Public Affairs at the Parliament of Uganda. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me here.
You're welcome. So let's have this conversation. Parliament Week. Many people don't know about it. They don't understand what exactly it's all about. It started yesterday, so just break it down for us.
Okay. Well, first start by wishing you a Happy New Year and all the viewers. I am Helen Kawesa from Parliament, Assistant Director of Communication and Public Affairs. This week in Parliament we're having a special week. It's usually every third week of January. We have a special week where we set aside, we have the Parliament Week. We open up Parliament to the public. The aim of the Parliament Week is to open our doors to the public so they can come in and see what we do, see for themselves what we do. One of the important objectives of a Parliament anywhere in the world is for the stakeholders and the public to understand how it works and how they can work with it. So this week, from yesterday, that was the 13th on Sunday, right up to Saturday this week, we have the Parliament Week, whose theme is championing accountability to improve service delivery. We have a number of activities in the week. We start with a charity walk, which was held yesterday. Today we are having a Thanksgiving economic service as I speak. Tomorrow we're having an exhibition as well of the different departments in Parliament, because most of the public know only MPs.
Right.
Want them to know that there's also other people like us who work in the Parliament. Want to exhibit what we do. So want them to come in and see what we do. So we're having an exhibition right from today up to Friday. Alongside that, we also have some ministries, key ministries in the government, also exhibiting with us on what they do. This is about service delivery, to show what they do, what are they doing to make things better. Then we are having meet your member parliament sessions. These are very important, whereby we have MPs sitting down with members of the public, interacting with them in an open space, answering any questions that they may have for them. That is right from today up to Friday. On Wednesday, on the 16th, we're having a civil service debate, whereby we're having all LC5 chairpersons from all over the country coming in to debate about local governments, nexus between Parliament and district leaders. How does Parliament work with the district leaders to deliver, to improve service delivery at that level?
Right.
It will be the Deputy Speaker, Right Honourable Jacob Bolanya, would be one of the speakers, will be the keynote address in that. We'll continue on Thursday with the exhibitions and meet your Parliament sessions. Then on Friday is the key day. We have the public Parliament. This is very exciting. What is this? We invite members of the public to come and be members of Parliament for a day. We have a public Parliament where members of Parliament come, where members of the public come, elect their leaders, elect a speaker, elect a deputy speaker, and have a real Parliament session in the Parliament chamber. Again, the motion will be around the topic of service delivery.
Right.
So they come in, elect their speaker, deputy speaker, leader of the opposition, and have a real-time Parliament sitting, whereby they will debate about service delivery in government. The resolutions made in that sitting will be captured in our Hansard. Hansard is the official record of Parliament, and then sent to the speaker, who will look at them and then take them forward. Last year, our resolutions from last public Parliament impacted on the budget, whereby the areas that the public think are not funded well enough were captured and the budgets were increased. So this is very special and very exciting.
Let's look at yesterday. Of course, this week started yesterday with a fundraising walk. How did that go? Because you are fundraising towards, creating an albino kind of rehabilitation center here in the country. How did that go?
It was very, very successful. Yesterday, by this time we were walking. This work has been going on for the last 3 years, and the objective of the funds we are getting is to build a community center community and rehabilitation center for people living with albinism. We have realized that these people live among us, but we don't know much about them. Yet they have needs that we may not understand. So we sat down to talk to them. What do they need? They need a rehabilitation center where they can meet together and have services extended to them: medical, social services, education, and things like that. So we're fundraising for it as a parliament. Yesterday was the third walk we had. Over the last 2 years, we've raised 72 million for that. But the total budget is 5 billion. So far we've raised 72 million over the last 2 years, and we're using that to purchase a piece of land. Ideally in Eastern Uganda. Why Eastern Uganda? Because that's where the biggest population of people living with albinism is. So we are looking for the land now, purchase the land, and then we start the building. So we had a number of corporates come in, corporates and individuals come in to work with us and contribute towards this drive. And we had to find out how much we raised yesterday. Right. But it was a very good day. We had a successful activity. The Deputy Speaker flagged us off. A number of MPs joined us, people with albinism, and also members of the public. So we are really very grateful that they came and joined us. But we're still ongoing with that fundraising drive. So anyone who would like to contribute can come to Parliament, to the clerk's office of the clerk to Parliament, make their contribution. We know that the Speaker of Parliament, Madam Rebecca, is very passionate about people living with albinism. Let me ask you a question. Is it just about fundraising to help them have a rehabilitation center, or you'll also look into giving people that knowledge and information on how we can avoid having more numbers of albinism? Because it's a condition that can be avoided if the couples and the partners go for early testing. So is it something that we're looking into as well, just to address the issue from this onset? Yes, we of course there's public education ongoing, as I said, because before they've been sort of like in the backyard. Right. We've not been associating with them a lot. We don't know their issues, but now that they are at the table, we're trying to bring them to the table, and yes, there will be public education drives, and also listening to them, giving them confidence that they are people, much as they have this skin disability, but they are normal people, ordinary people like us. Actually, we have, as a result of that drive, the Speaker is passionate, as you said. Right. We did some affirmative action at the Parliament, and last year we recruited one of them as part of our staff in Parliament. Brilliant. So that helps us to get to work with them, to find out that they can work with us, they have the same abilities with us, and also for that person who is there to also bring on board others like her. So the drive is really serious, and we hope that there will be a lot of positive feedback from it. Yes. And today we are expecting there's a service that is going to take place today. Yes. Of course, across all denominations. What informed this? Just having a service, a Thanksgiving service. Why a Thanksgiving service of all denominations? Of course, it's Parliament week, and people are looking at service delivery. Where does religion come into play? We have Parliament is for everybody. Everybody, all Ugandans. It brings us together. We have representatives from all over the country, from any denomination. We all come and congregate together and meet there. So, and we thought, the feeling is that at every year, Parliament has its challenges. It is a lot of hard work, a lot of challenges MPs go through. And even as an institution, even as we work there, the number of challenges. So we wanted to have this service, first of all, to bring us all together as we work in the Parliament, and also to thank God, because God is a supreme being in whom all of us believe, and joins us together. So we want to have that service to thank God for the year we've gone through, and then to also focus on where we are going, because we need God's guidance as a God-fearing country. Our motto is for God and our country. So we dedicate the year to, this is a new year, we dedicate it to God, and also thank Him for the challenges we've gone through and the victories that we've got in the past year. So basically, it's like really opening up, coming together, celebration. It's a celebration service, and also focusing on the year ahead. Because as people, we cannot do things. We don't have the power to do things on our own. Right. God is the supreme being that we all believe in and who guides us through. So that's the feeling behind that. And for this particular prayers, is the public open to come and attend? Yes, we have been, invitations were given out to the public, to members of the public, but whoever feels that they can come is also welcome, because this is really, it's really a big service. But we have the people whom were invited, but especially were invited, and I'm sure they're now arriving as I speak, because we're starting in the next 30 minutes.
Oh.
But the public is welcome to come. And after that, the Speaker will officially launch the Parliament Week today in the service, and then the Parliament will open its gates for people to come in for the exhibition and other activities that we've talked about.
Let me ask you a question, because for the entire week, the public will be open to come through. And the conversation has been, and people are afraid, the Parliament building, there's a lot of frisking and screening. So is it just for real that it's open to every single member of the public, or there'll be some, screening of another level whereby some people will not be allowed in? What exactly will you be looking at in terms of the quality of the public that will be coming through?
These are times that where we concentrate a lot on security, on our personal security and security of crowds. So as Parliament is a key institution, naturally we have to focus on that. But the gates are there, and the security personnel are there to guide people to come in. Yes, they'll screen you. They screen all of us. They screen me as I enter, because these are the times we are in internationally, are times where we have to be cautious and aware. So they will screen you. Ideally, anybody is welcome to come in. So no discrimination? There's no discrimination, as long as you have your ID card, because we need an ID, an identity card. National identity card, okay. Or even if it's a passport. Any kind of identification, a driving permit. You have to be decently dressed and smart and clean. What is decent? Decent is if you feel you're comfortable in your skin as well. Okay. As ladies, you feel comfortable, you're well covered, decently covered. Gentlemen, it's a trouser and a smart shirt, tucked in decently. But basically, as long as you don't have any you're not indecent and you're not exposing anybody, your body indecently. But basically, come in, be screened. If you have any question, the security personnel that will guide you to where you to go. So they're there to help. They're not there to push people away. Right. Yes, they're there to help us to get in, so that we can, and we'll be taken around. There are staff waiting. There will be tours of the Parliament. We want people to have guided tours. You get into the Parliament, tour the chamber, tour the lobbies, where does your MP sit, where does the Speaker sit. So it's a really very good activity. Come in and see for yourself. Because many people pass by Parliament, as you said, and see that funny building and fear. But now we are saying, come in and see what we do. And as a result, maybe one day, anybody who comes in will also aspire to be a member of Parliament. Yes, you never know. Never know. Yes. And of course, this year's theme is championing accountability to improve service delivery. Yes. Service delivery has been the main conversation. And like you're saying, there's going to be a debate, and the members of the public will be allowed to actually interface directly with them that represent them in Parliament. So when we talk about service delivery, I'm sure there's also going to be exhibitions just to show the public what the Parliament does with regards to improving service delivery. So on that, and people have been asking, this is something that has been happening year in, year out. What different will be done this year? The proposals of the members of the public with regards to improving service delivery, how confident will they be that these proposals will actually be taken up and implemented to improve service delivery? As I said, for example, from the debate last year, first of all, there's a civil society debate on Wednesday. All LC5 chairmen are coming in to debate about service delivery and how they can connect with the Parliament to ensure that there's service delivery, quality service delivery in their districts. These are serious resolutions. We have civil society organizations coming in. We have CSBAG, the Budget Advisory Group, coming in. And the resolutions from that are going to be tabled and written down well and taken to these civil society organizations and also to the appropriate committee in the Parliament of Uganda. Because we have oversight committees. We have Local Government Accounts Committee, have Public Accounts Committee. So these ones are going to go there and will inform the debate in the Parliament when they're doing the budget. Because Parliament is responsible for drawing up the budget. More importantly, the one, as I said, the public Parliament on Friday is a serious Parliament where people sit and debate and make resolutions. The Speaker will be there to open it, and the Deputy Speaker as well. Now, there's a Hansard. Hansard is our official record. Everything will be captured in the Hansard and delivered to the Speaker in the Hansard as it is. This one, when the Speaker looks at it, she directs it to the appropriate committee. Again, there are issues that are addressed. What is the public saying about service delivery? Where do they want the money to go? Where are the problems? Is it education? Is it health? Last year, because of that, the funding to the education and health sector was increased from the government and Ministry of Finance. So this is a serious debate. It's not really just passing time. We want to hear from the public. What do you feel? Are you getting the adequate services? Are your taxes working for you? What would you like done? So really, it's a serious exercise that feeds into the decision-making and policy. Because at a policy-making level, we are going to, as Parliament, these are the documents we give in, because the Parliament is talking. I mean, the public is talking.
Right.
What do they want? So we take it really seriously, and we want it, the public has also taken it seriously, and that's very comforting to us. And so really, there's something coming out of it.
Okay, and yes. Of course, you being at the helm of communication and PR and public affairs in Parliament, the conversation this year, of course, from last year, even with the President, taking so much interest in, is the conversation on corruption. So how committed is Parliament, how committed is it to fight this vice? Because many have been saying, and I'll just say it because I'm sure you know as well, many have been saying that these people who we elected to represent us in Parliament most of them are actually involved in these corruption issues. So how dedicated is Parliament with regards to fighting this particular vice that is directly affecting service delivery?
Definitely, Parliament is the key in it. We have oversight committees. Oversight committees are there to oversee, like a watchdog over the executive, that is the government. How are our funds being spent? Public Accounts Committee has come out very strongly in the past to look at cases where corruption has been abiding. For example, we've had, like in the Prime Minister's office in the past, that is, the Public Accounts Committee has come out strongly, made resolutions. We have the current committee on SCOSASE, yes, statutory and government agencies. That one is currently, even now, handling some investigation into like Bank of Uganda,
right, and
others in the past, KCCA and others like that. So yes, the Parliament has come out because it's the public's voice. Parliament is the only way people can speak against this thing is through the Parliament. So these oversight committees have worked hard to look into these corruption tendencies. What we can do as Parliament is make investigation and make recommendations to the government. Now, what government does, as Parliament, we make investigations and make recommendations. Now, next is the government to act on that. And we have done that. A number of investigation committees have been done, investigations have been done, reports have been tabled, reports have been passed. Now, it's up to the executive to take up from there. So we do our part. And then that's why we're having such activities as this. We want the public to come in and speak. We're having ministers there. We're inviting ministers to come.
Right.
In that public Parliament, even in the debate on Wednesday, we want the ministers to come and listen for themselves and hear what's going on. And hope that they can go and take this up from the Parliament, go into the ministries and follow these things up. How
about members of Parliament who ideally, the members of public feel like this, by the way, are the corrupt people in Parliament? How about them? What is, the management of the Parliament of Uganda doing about members within themselves who are corrupt?
If the Parliament gets any report, tangible report that a member of Parliament so and so has done some kind of, is involved in gross behaviour, we have an investigation. We have a committee that handles that, that handles discipline of members of Parliament, and it's there and it works, but it works on tangible evidence. The problem we have, people like pointing fingers and just speaking that Helen is corrupt, but when they say bring evidence, you don't have the evidence. So what Parliament works on is evidence. That's why we have inquiries, that's why we have investigations. And if it is seen that a member of Parliament misbehaved or was involved in gross misconduct, the committee handles that. We have a disciplinary committee for parliamentarians.
How effective is it? Because people will say, how can you investigate your own?
No,
how effective is it?
It is effective because there's a chairperson, there's a structure in place. If you're out of order, a report is done, investigation is done, report is done, the Speaker handles you. The Speaker is the one who handles the overall supreme authority in Parliament. And she has the right, if you're out of order, she can discipline you. So the right to discipline you. And there's a constitution, there are rules of procedure in Parliament which guides the behaviour of members of Parliament. So there's a structure in place. But I think we haven't yet seen whereby someone brings the evidence that so and so. Yes, there was a minister who was, for example, I think that's 2 or 3 years ago, who was allegedly involved in a bribe. He's being investigated. He was stripped of his ministerial post by the executive. That is the executive role. And Parliament is waiting to see the outcome of, because it's now in court. We can't really, Parliament cannot investigate as court is doing its work.
Right.
So wait for that to happen. When it happens, Parliament will pronounce itself. There are systems in place to handle that.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So as we come to a close, what would you like them that are viewing us today to know with regards to this Parliament Week 2019?
I would like to call upon the members of the public to join us in the Parliament Week.
That's your camera?
We have a number of activities starting today. We're opening up the exhibition of departments of Parliament and ministries. Come in and see for yourself what Parliament is doing. More importantly, come in, see for yourself, ask your MP questions. MPs are there from today to Friday. Come and meet your member of Parliament. Talk to them. Tell them what you're feeling. Are you angry? Are you happy? Come and meet them. We have the budget, the debate on Wednesday. Come and be a participant and observe. More important, we have the public Parliament on Friday. That one is for you. Come early, 7 o'clock, we're opening our gates. Register and be a member of the Parliament. Do you want to be a member of Parliament? Do you want to be an observer? Do you want to be the speaker? Come and offer yourself, campaign, and you'll be voted in. So we're opening up our doors because we want you to come and appreciate what Parliament is about. Come and make yourself heard. Come and hear your voice about how the improved service delivery you'd like, because you deserve it. This is your chance, your opportunity. Come and speak and see that your taxes are working for you. We welcome you all, and I hope you also join us at the Parliament Week.
All right. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Madam Helen Kawesa. Yes. She is the Assistant Director, Communications and Public Affairs in the Parliament of Uganda. That has been it for Kickstarter. Keep your views coming. The hashtag is Morning at NTV across all the social media platforms. Morning at NTV still continues.
Thank you.
Watching Morning at NTV.
From Uganda.